I'm buried under the gigantic Desert King. October 5th, 2025. And it's not raining. So you're going to be subjected to the endless noise of a chainsaw in the background, which has been going on for about 8 hours now. But we are going to try a treat today, and that is we're going to take a look. Maybe not that one, but this one for sure. And this is a caprified Desert King. You can see it's kind of dripping, so that's pretty cool. So I'm going to take that one, and then I'm going to show you that even Desert Kings I didn't caprify are also viable. So we're going to go try a couple of these figs, and I'll tour the tree here and just see if there's any more. But this is awesome. Let's go try main crop on Desert King.
Here's a professionally made but unnecessary intro. So let's talk about figs. Let's talk about figs.
All right, so what we're gonna do is try to keep this organized because I have 2 uncaprified and 3 caprified figs. So I want to kind of really document this because this is interesting. So what makes this interesting? So for those of you who don't have a Desert King, it is a San Pedro fig. And what that means is the Breba crop on last year's wood is common. It's parthenocarpic, which means it's self-fertile. And the main crop is Smyrna, which means it needs pollination. So for any people outside of really California in the United States, and you have a Desert King, you're only going to enjoy the Breba crop. You might get the random, like this, spontaneously fertile or spontaneously ripe main crop. All right. I have a 25-ish year old tree, and the older the tree, the bigger the tree, the more that you see this. If you have a young Desert King in the ground, it's not going to do anything. Also, if you have a San Pedro fig, and I can list some below in the notes, don't ever plant it in a pot. It needs to be in the ground. These don't do well in pots. So there's Desert King, there's Lampeira Preta, Sao Joao Preto, Grantham's Royal. There's other more, Fracazzano Rosso. Blanking on a couple of the other ones right now, but I'll put them down below. All right, so the San Pedros for people in northern climates is great because they tend to be very productive in terms of their Breba crop. And you're like, well, we don't get main crop, and that's okay. You'll be fine. So what I'm going to do is start off by weighing all of these figs. I will say the ones that are not hand-pollinated don't feel as heavy. So we have 24 grams, 24 grams. And remember the Breba crop, you can go back and watch the video. These are like 100 grams. These are massive. So here's one of the drippy pollinated ones. 38.5. And then the next one is 36.5. And the last one, which is also drippy, is smaller, 28. So let's move that out of the way. And let's put these side by side and look at some differences here. Now the lighting, here, maybe I'll just set them up so that we can all see the difference here. So, this came up in conversation earlier today, actually. My friend Tobias and I were chatting. And when I first pollinated these, there was some chat from experienced pollinators that the successfully pollinated figs will have this dusty appearance to it. And I can maybe try to dig up some pictures, and if I remember, I'll paste them into the video. And the ones that are unsuccessfully pollinated don't look like anything. So these are the ones that are hand pollinated. These are the ones that were spontaneously ripe. So definitely there's a color difference here. I'll kind of cluster these a little bit. But the spontaneous ones are greener, for sure. I don't know whether it's kind of hard to pick that up, but they're definitely greener. These are yellower. Okay, so let's cut into these just so that we can get an idea of what they all look like. This one is the least ripe. I think this one might be a bust, but we'll see. And I should have gotten a, well, this one might also be a bust. I might have jumped the gun a little bit on these two because you can see they needed to hang a little bit longer. Let's look at these instead. Now, my friend Tobias says that the caprified Desert King is the best fig he's ever had. He's also a University of Oregon Ducks fan, so that should tell you something about his state of mind. All right. So I'm not going to guess the bricks on this one because, first of all, come on, it's like super pretty. Look at all the figs. I'm going to I'm going to just check the bricks on, let's see, which one was the riper one? I think this one. So I'm just going to check the bricks on that one. I can check the bricks on both of them just to kind of get an idea. But if I'm right, even without tasting, because I'm so good with tasting them, it'll be like 13. So, and because it's sunny, I will have to cover this and read 14. All right, so that's that one. Let me taste. Well, this one's even, it's like, you can hear the scrapiness. This one's definitely not ripe. This one's going to be like 11.2. Read 12.3. So apparently I'm better without tasting than with tasting. So I'm going to take, which of these is this one's the, so let's just, I'm going to forego a guess that bricks for this particular video because I really just want to taste these. Well, you know what? I'm just going to taste this one and then I'm going to guess that bricks. So cue the music.
Nobody wants to hear gross sounding fig chewing into a microphone.
All right. That's very pleasant. Let's put that at 17.5.
You're not bad, but not good either.
And the thing about Desert King, and I said this in a recent tasting of Stella, which is some of these figs are super juicy and super almost watery. That's what Desert King main crop, Brabo crop is like. Like you have to slurp it almost. It's super, super juicy. And if you let them go even a little bit too long, they are like melting, falling apart, and you just either end up, cooking with them or dehydrating them so that they're edible. This is extremely good. Is this the best fig I've ever had? No. It's very, very, very good. And you can go back and watch how I did the caprifying in a previous video. I'll link that down below. it was kind of a painstaking way of doing it, but clearly successful here. This is like the ripest, pleasant watermelon taste with like a hint of honeydew. It is delicate, zero seed crunch. It's magnificent. It's very, very good. It is that summery, refreshing burst of flavor, and then it's gone. It doesn't linger at all. There's no chew to the skin. It just dissolves in your mouth. It's, but I mean, it's gorgeous, right? Like that is a really, really, really attractive fig. Um, all of these were caprified with 2.5% sucrose solution. I have some that are still going that were caprified with 5%, like 3 weeks after. So, for science's sake, I said let's try to figure out what the best option was, at least for me. So, in the end, extremely wonderful. I'm happy I did it. I'll taste this one off camera and just leave the notes because I have a feeling I know what that's going to taste like, and I'm probably not going to subject my family to those. Just get out there and experiment. It's just so much fun to do this sort of stuff. Get out there and try it. You will get, if you have a big desert king, just let them hang. Unlike what I just did, you will find some that are spontaneously ripe. And I don't know the genetics behind it. I don't know the science behind it. But all I know is that it is possible. Hope you all are having a wonderful day, and I will see you all later.